Gentlemen, are you tired of going through the shit? You're like, dude, I can't catch a break. There's some like financial bullshit always happening to me. Maybe you got out of the military and you're like, dude, I can't find my freaking purpose, and anything that can go wrong will go wrong and has gone wrong. Maybe your relationships just freaking suck, bro. Maybe you've gone through some pretty interesting trauma. Maybe you've been divorced. You've experienced things, PTSD. You've experienced things in life that makes you not so normal anymore. And you're kind of traumatized about that, but you don't want to admit it. But it takes away from the joy, the experiences, and the ability to love life. And it takes away from your ability to love those around you, including yourself. Brother, in this video, I'm going to explain how do you turn your pain into your purpose. So many men out there, they're stuck in victim mentality, and I promise you, if you just reverse your way of thinking about the bullshit that's happening to you, bro, there's bullshit that happens to all of us. None of us, no one has not gone through it. The successful people are the ones that turn their pain into purpose. They use it as that driving force so they don't have to go through the bullshit anymore. And when they do go through the bullshit when they are on their purpose, they then realize that that bullshit is actually helping them out. So I want to encourage you, start changing your mindset around the pain, suppressing emotions, the bullshit that's happened to you. You are not a victim, brother. You are a victor, and you are capable of achieving all of your heart's goals, dreams, and desires. My name is Aiden Corcoran. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to turn your pain into your purpose. So I hope you're ready, my man. Oh, and I forgot to say, my mission as Aiden Corcoran is to help make men men again. And I spent the past 5 years, 10 years, going down dark paths. When I got out of the Marine Corps back in 2018, I got in self-harm. I started hacking away at my arm. I got into suicidal ideation, tried taking my life a couple times. Didn't work. I've been divorced, bro. I can rattle off all the stupid shit that's happened to me in my lifetime, but it's not gonna do a damn thing. But I will say, every single one of those things that happened in my life, they put me right here in front of you today. So I'm grateful for all the bullshit that I was able to transmute and change my perspective on it to create my purpose. And I'm here to teach you to do the same. So there's like three phases of turning your pain into your purpose, right? First phase is, I can't really talk and write at the same time. I was like misspelling words over here. First phase is trauma. Whenever you're going through this trauma phase, most of you guys are like unconscious of it, or you're just surviving. We're in survival mode. You're getting the divorce. You're getting wrecked in your relationships. You're not making money. You're like financially like slobbing knobs for cash, bro. Like we've all done weird shit for money. At least I have. And definitely things I'm not proud of, but you're going through the tough time. You're going through things that are traumatic. Like maybe you lose a loved one. Whatever it is, man, like all of us are different, but everyone is unique as well because we each have a different mission and a purpose, and God puts certain things into our life, like different fires and forges that we have to go through to be forged in a stronger fire, to be a stronger blade. God tests those and he forges the most powerful warriors through the hardest tribulations, but they come out the other side stronger and better than ever before. So first I want you to think about switching your mindset about the traumas and the bullshit that's happening to you, and think of it as God preparing you for your mission and for your purpose. Because I'm telling you, You have a big mission. If you're watching this right now, you have a big mission right now. And I'm just here to guide you to it. So the first one is the trauma. Just change your mindset. No, it doesn't matter, bro. Like, I'm not where I want to be financially. I'm not where I want to be in relationships. Like, I don't know. And people die and the tire blows out on your car and just shit happens. But we can't be a victim to it. We have to automatically rethink. Bro, am I being a victim right now? No. Yes, I am being a victim right now. Oh, I thought I wasn't being a pussy just for pushing through it. No, take accountability and just, okay, we're getting to that next. But the trauma phase, just change your perspective, change your thoughts on the bullshit that's going on, and just know that what's happening to you is happening for you, bro. The second step, this one's exciting. Some of you might have heard of it before. It's called, here we go, drum roll please, the awakening. The awakening. This is when you start, this is the awakening right here. This video is your awakening. You've gone from believing it's trauma to you've gone from trauma thinking to training thinking, where God is forging you in the fire, my brother. Congratulations. You are now in the awakening phase. In trauma, you're just letting it happen. You don't take control. You're not even aware of what's going on. You're just in survival mode. You're letting other people control you. When you're training, you're conscious. Now you are conscious of your thoughts, of your emotions, of your actions, of your discipline. So in the awakening phase, this is really important, because now that you're aware, the first step to change is awareness. The second step, you got to take full accountability, bro. You got to take full accountability for the bullshit that's happening in your life, that happened to you, that got you to where you are today. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'll tell you the story. I'm not gonna lie. I got married for the wrong purposes and the wrong reasons, and it put me through a lot of pain. Going through that divorce, it was probably the worst time of my life. I was cutting myself at the time. Tried doing some interesting things to my body. It was not a good time. It took me 5 years to figure out how to get over that, because you can forgive all you want. But until I took personal accountability and I was like, dude, yeah, I messed up. I did that. Everyone told me not to, and I did it anyways. I took full accountability and responsibility for my actions. And now I can see on the other side of the wall of trauma. Look, trauma's like right here, right? I'll draw a little picture for you guys. You guys like pictures? I'll draw a picture. I'm a grunt, so I like pictures and shiny shit. Here's us. This blue line, that's just trauma. Victim mode. But until you have awareness is so you can oversee it. And when you see it, you can crush it down. Boom. Gone. And what's on the other side? It's on the other side, guys. Truth. Tips. One more good one. Clues. It's a clue. Boing, boing, boing. If you've ever seen Scooby-Doo, the second movie, the live action. Dude, the trauma is holding you back from being able to see the clues, from awakening, from taking full accountability. But when you become aware of the traumas, now you can start asking yourself, am I thinking from a place of trauma? Am I taking action based up from a place of trauma? You get rid of that wall, that illusion. You know what I'm saying? You got fucking truth. You got tips and clues from God. Bro, and then you can start applying those things step by step, daily. What does that mean? That just means you start to find things that you love about yourself. You start following your heart. You start respecting yourself. You start doing the things that you love doing. And those are eventually going to take you down a path. And it's literally just starting off, dude, you're going to be like tiptoeing, just one rock to the next rock. And you're going to be like, dude, when is this rock path going to end? When am I going to see like the big vision? Bro, it took me like a decade. I hate to break it to you, but it took me like a freaking decade of just straight up like trusting, being like, just walking the path. Dude, it sucked. But after, I think it was what, 2023? Yes, about 2 years ago. So like 8 years into my journey, finally, I learned how to trust and surrender. Maybe like 8 months ago, I found the mother muffin purpose. And I had ideas. You guys are going to have ideas of what that purpose is, what that picture looks like, where you're trying to go. But when you know, you guys are going to know who you are. You're going to be so confident in who you are. This stupid little veil, that little line, that curtain of illusions, it's not going to exist anymore, brother. It's going to be gone because your truth and your knowingness is going to be so damn strong. That's going to lead us into, let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Oh yeah, next thing is you guys got to do something. Still part of the awakening, so you take personal accountability and then you got to do the right thing. You have to do the things. It's called the law of aligned action. It feels really good. You want to go to the gym today? Get your ass to the gym. Start taking that action. Because when you go to the gym, you might meet someone or experience something that's going to lead you down another path or another path. And eventually it's going to lead you to your bliss. And I want to mind you, because I'm a guy that's really good with coming up with excuses. I'm like really good at coming up with excuses. If there's a God of excuses, I probably learn from him. You guys, I've mistaken laziness for a break. So if you're like, I don't feel like doing that today, you have to and I'll teach all this in a later video, but you have to learn how to recognize, am I being lazy or does my body just actually want this? Is God actually telling me to do this? There's no right or wrong, but one helps a lot more when it comes to finding your purpose and remembering who you are, which leads me into the next one, my man. This is the third way to turn your purpose or your pain into your purpose. So as you're taking those actions, guys, it's literally just going to click one day. You're doing all the right things. Things are feeling really good. Your heart, you're following your heart. You're setting up boundaries. You're not giving yourself away. You're building self-confidence. You're following your bliss. You're doing the things in your life. You're quitting the job. Everything just feels really good. Check it out. This is what's going to happen to you. One day, you're just going to remember. And when you remember, you're going to remember who you are. Because remember that little veil? By you taking the action steps, I hate to say it, but there's a lot of different lines, different layers of the onion, the traumas that are going to hold you back. But you're doing the right things over and over and consistently. You're like, bro, I'm like following my truth, meditating. I'm like setting up boundaries. I'm like listening to myself. I'm listening to God. I'm fully trusting and surrendering, stepping into the unknown, doing the scary shit. What's going to happen? So as you do that, boom, you're tearing down one. So every time you do something different, you're tearing down a layer. Einstein's definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. You guys just keep staring at that freaking wall of illusions and lies and fallacies. You want some, you want a little Google eyes? That's what you guys look like. You're just staring, looking at all that trauma and the bullshit. But when you're awakening and you're taking the action, right before you remember, each decision, every thought, every emotion, every time you do something different from the cycle of your trauma, every action, every day is different, getting closer and closer to truth, but you don't know when you're gonna get there. Holy schmockenspiel. Look what happened because you stayed consistent long enough in your truth. That little Google mouth or whatever the freak you want to call it turns into a big old smile. I know it's messed up. But that's what you turn into because now you remember. You've done the right things long enough. You became self-aware, you took personal accountability, then you took the right actions and you thought the right things long enough, and you took aligned action long enough to shred all of the illusions. Now you remember who you are. Now you have clarity of who you are. And this is the easy part. Now you just got to take action. Come up with a brief action plan and just start doing it. It's called the embodiment phase. You just have to be that man now. Your higher self's already existing. Just be him now, here on earth, in this dimension, in this time and space. And when you are, you're going to help yourself, you're going to help those that love you, those that are around you, and a lot more people than you can even imagine. Crazy how all those pains, every experience you go through, all that pain, childhood trauma, divorce, PTSD, losing a loved one, all the bullshit, they're all just veils. They're all just layers of the onion. And when you get to this point of remembrance, those traumas don't come back. You see them because you know truth now. You know who you are. You know how to transmute those negative things into something positive. Those traumas are never going to come back, man, unless you allow it. But once you know who you are, dude, you're not, at least I've never seen it, people like self-betray themselves when they like fully remember. And you know when you remember, you're just gonna know. And you won't have to question. If you have to think about it, it's not it. If you say it without confidence, not it, bro. Like when you know, and the trauma doesn't come back. Now you use those traumas, people dying in your life, bad things, as learning lessons or ways to gain more clarity on your mission and your purpose and different ways to achieve those things. So I hope this video, guys, I hope it made some sense to you guys. I hope it resonates. If it does, please comment down below. I would love your feedback. And I would really appreciate it if you would like this video, subscribe, share it with a homie. I forgot to say it in all the other videos, but share those videos too, because I'm coming back stronger than ever to help make men men again. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace and love, brother.